Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to my fellow chingus. Welcome to the first episode of Chimaek Hangout, where we discover and discuss on fresh K-pop goodness from music to foods. This show is recorded on 8th of May 2020. You're with me, Zaito, and Lucas.
Hello.
Okay, Lucas, so let me know what's special in today's first episode.
Okay, so for today's episode, we're gonna have two segments, which is the Sizzling Versus and the main dish. The Sizzling Versus, we're gonna talk about Taeyeon's Happy and IU's produced and featuring by SUGA's BTS, which is the song title 8. And today's main dish topic, we're gonna talk about the first 3 episodes of the documentary Seize the Light. Of Twice.
Off?
Of Twice.
From who?
From Twice.
Oh, from
Yes,
Twice.
From Twice.
Alright. Okay, so before we head into our first session or first part of this show, what we are talking about is Sizzling Versus. So to any of you guys who do not know or basically will not know at this moment, what Sizzling Versus is actually where we compare and discuss between two songs that's released. At least the max will be 2 weeks, or either it can be a recent song's release. So the two songs that we choose for this time is Taeyeon Happy and IU's produced and featured by SUGA's BTS 8, which was said by Lucas just now. So, Lucas, which song should we start with?
I think we should start with our beloved Taeyeon because she's our Sunbeam. Sunbeam. Yes.
It's Sunbeam,
Sunbeam.
right? Is that correct now?
It is.
Is
It
that?
is. It is.
Ah,
It is.
I no idea. Alright, so we sit here, our Sunbeam, which basically why we say that is because both of us started our K-pop fan journey as so ones. Since how long?
Since I've been a fan since 2000, 2008, 2009 ish. Yeah.
Then same for me then. Almost the same. Alright, so without further ado, since you're starting with Taeyeon, let me just give you some fun facts here. So Taeyeon itself debuted in Girls' Generation on the end of the year 2007. And as a solo debut, which will be what we're going to discuss later on, the digital single, her debut was on 2015. So when we check out going back to the previous album Purpose, we can see that it will receive a multiple positive review from music critics, and it debuted as the second in South Korea, selling over 1,500 over copies. And not to forget, there were awards that were given and nomination, especially for Dis Bosang and Dis Daesang at the 34th Golden Disc Award. While its single, Four Season, which is another album, won the Digital Bosan. That's very, very good already. Let's give a short applause for that. Alright, without saying much on that, we are going into the song that was released on 4th of May, which is few days ago from this recording that is. What's the name of the song, Lucas?
It's Happy, isn't it?
Happy la la la. So what do you think about this? I give you the honor. To do it. What do you think about the song?
Isn't it a song about being happy? I mean, that's what I listen to, and I close my eyes and I listen. It's about happiness. I mean, it is, isn't it?
You say happiness,
Mhm.
as in just happy song?
Well, not really. It is. It's about being happy.
But from what I can see inside the lyrics itself, so for any of you who are not interested in the lyrics, just for information, the lyrics says a lot, but I do know that some of you thinks that lyrics are not important, but we just throw in some spice with the lyrics. So when you can see in the lyrics, for me itself, is where that the lyrics says a lot, where you are waiting for someone to be with and being very, very happy, like an endless story.
Ooh.
Where the moment the story stops, you've missed the person, want to kiss the person, want to hold tight, to be happy. Those kind of feelings came out. So in the end, when you meet the person again, that's where the happiness come from.
Okay.
And I won't be surprised when especially you can see that the song got number one on all the Korean music sites. Real time chart on 4th of May. That is. Anything else?
Because it's Taeyeon.
Because it's Taeyeon. Okay, you say it's because it's Taeyeon, but just now you mentioned it's only happy.
Well, that is what I feel about it. You totally felt a different thing about the song. Well, that's what I feel. My feeling matters. That doesn't matter to anyone else.
Okay. Alright. So we take a turn then. What do you think about the song itself when you listen to?
What do I? What do I?
When you listen to the song, what do you think about the song when you listen to it?
When I listen to it, what do I feel? Well, knowing about Taeyeon, when she sings about this kind of song, first of all, when her voices come out when she sings, there's a warmth through it. There's a warmth through whenever she sings a song. Doesn't matter if it's Four Season. Doesn't matter if it's this song. What I feel is warmth.
No. Sorry, you get me wrongly. What I mean is, what do you think about the song when you listen to it? You hate it, you love it, you feel it's meh.
Oh, okay. It. Sorry, it's not meh. It was never about meh. It was good. It was
It
good.
was good.
It's girls' generation Taeyeon. Of course it's gonna be good.
Okay, because it's girl generation Taeyeon. Alright, so to
Yeah.
all those Taeyeon fans out there, even for myself who is a Taeyeon fan, I'll just say this much. This song is a meh for me.
Really?
It's a serious meh for me. Because although the lyrics says a lot, which I like, but the song itself, the tone itself, it sounds very, very mild. I don't feel like impact or the fun that I have that where I usually listen to a song, like a roller coaster ride. I feel nothing at all. I love the tone, but how it was sing is like a straightforward song. No ups, no down.
Okay. Coming from you,
Mm,
I'm shocked.
coming from me. You're shocked.
Yeah, of course.
But when I put on another side, I will just say another thing. From the MV itself, although the colors look nice, but on the term of a K-pop music video, it feels like on a budget side music video for me. Don't you think so?
I have no comments about that. For me, all music videos are good. I mean, for me, the music video itself, well, I don't really see it as a low budget music video kind of thing. I mean, for me, it's still K-pop.
Seriously?
For me, it's still a nice music video. I don't understand why don't you
Like I
like it?
said, the music videos, one of the things when you, as a fan or you're not a fan, and as a normal human being who have no relationship with K-pop, one of the things that you find the most attractive is music video that looks very colorful. Although this looks colorful, but it's much more on a classic side, can I say? It's much more to a classic side, so I don't really feel much from Taeyeon's happy actually from this.
Okay. Well, from your point, okay, now I understand your point of view. Now I understand.
Alright, we will just put this aside since we have not much to say about this already. But for the
Okay.
second one, actually, the second one from IU brings much more interest for me on this. Alright, so this is from IU debut on 2008 with the previous mini album Volume 5 Love Poem released on November 18, which also has been certified as an all Q,
Of
and
course.
the single peaked at the number 1 on the Gaio Digital chart as well as number 9 on the Billboard World Digital Score chart. Alright, so another time, Lucas, what's IU's new digital songs? Quiz time.
IU's new digital song.
Hmm?
IU's new digital song has just been released 2 days ago,
What's the name?
which is 8.
Oh, if you don't remember, I'm going to scold you already. You
Hey,
just mentioned this.
as a fan of IU, okay, I have no offense to Taeyeon. Of course, I use my second favorite solo artist. You know,
What's wrong having multi fandom? It's okay.
I know it's okay, but some people be like, no, IU is not this, IU is not that. This is the best. No, for me, IU is even IU herself says she cannot beat herself because of the song charts that has been, I think she has been first and second for the two songs late last year. So she was saying she can't beat herself. That's what she regretted. So talking about 8, it was released by EDAM Entertainment. And the 8 actually follows through like the album 23 and Palette, of course. And yeah, just because SUGA and IU's age is 28. So yeah. So that's the play on the 8, the number 8.
Just to add on that, for those of you who do not know, IU herself have a series that is called Age series. It means it's a song that is played along on each age of hers. So far we have is 23, 25, and the recent one is 28 itself. So 3 songs from the Age series. I remember 23 is much more on a darker side songs. It's much more hectic, while Palettes coming through and being one with self. And lastly, we come to Age, which is with number 8.
Mm-hmm.
So for number 8 itself, before we go through with anything, I would like to know, Lucas, do you love the song or do you hate the song?
I love the song. Okay. Honestly, I love the song. This is my honest opinion. I love the song. But looking through the music video itself, it was kind of short for me. But IU song, no doubt, I love the song. Well, what about you? Do you love the song or do you hate the song?
For me, I'll just be honest. If we are comparing with Taeyeon song, sorry to say, I love this song more, although it is short. In every term possible, it has like multiple meaning. And just to add extra, my age is the same as them, so it's much more meaningful for me as well. Oops!
I want to be 28, please.
And just for you guys to understand further, if you are not really sure regarding to Korean age, their 28 is actually in the general world age calculation is only 27. For those of you who are first time knowing this, general age is 27, Korean age is 28. Just to move on, we'll move on a little bit between the MV as well as the lyrics itself. What do you think? I will just put the first question in the lyrics. Do you think, what kind of meaning do you find out from the lyrics itself? First impression.
For me, the first impression, the lyrics itself is about you longing the person. I don't know. It just feels that way. You long the person for a long time. You just need the person. Like I long for him or I long for her, and that is what I think about. And about the music video, I think the music video is kind of new for IU because usually it's always her. Now it's the anime version of her, the 3D version of her, and her real self version. So you can see three versions of IU, which is cute, realistic, and the real IU. Like the 3D kind of cute, for me. Well, IU is cute anyway.
So just to put it simple, since you're on this statement, which animation in there do you like the most?
I like the anime version.
Do you like the 2D or the 3D version or the real one?
I like the 2D animation because I like 2D. I like anime.
Okay, before I move on with my questions or basically something we relate to what you just said, I'll just let you know what I think. For the lyrics itself, from what I can see, it's much more on the lyrics of I would like to forever remember what we have together. And the one that always play along the most is if this is a nightmare,
okay,
I won't wake up forever. That's one thing that always gets me. It means to say that I want to remember what we have together, the beautiful memory, forever being young. And when you check on the Suga's rap itself, it says that this is a small castle made by each other. So forever young eternity means sandcastle. But when you think of that, right, that portion itself, even though it says sandcastle, but sandcastle every time when it's washed by wave, it's blown away, basically crushed. And when it says farewell, it's like a disaster letter. Can't say more. It's playing along with those sentences already.
I understand where you're coming from.
So this one, because when I said this is playing along with the teaser that IU released saying that this is a kind of a sad song. With that background and how we think, it's kind of different, but you have your point, I have my point. So to any of you guys who are listening to this, have other points after listening, or you have the chance or the attention to read through the lyrics, give your thoughts. If we have time, we can see whatever you write.
Mm-hmm.
So while for the MV itself, I love the MV so much.
Yes.
Although it is very different from IU's normal production of music videos, but that looks so good. Although people say K-pop need to have idols in it, I don't really say necessary. You can have replacement. We've seen a lot of this kind of happening, and doing it using animation, well, it's digital, my friend. You're in the digital world. Why not? It looks so good. I can't emphasize more on that.
Well, I am glad that we have come to an understanding that we both love the music video.
But hear me first. When you said you love the 2D, right? The 2D version, I would like to bring up one article or something that I saw through not long ago.
Okay.
That fans are saying that IU wrote the song 8 as a tribute to Sully because Sully is the same age as her. We can't forget that. And from what I can see from in Twitter itself, a lot of people are saying the 2D version is actually Sully because there isn't a mold on her face. What you have to say about that?
Wait. Are you serious?
Yes, a lot of people are saying that it's just a speculations, but it's a possibility. I can't say more, but the possibility is big because that you know how details IU and her team are when making MVs, especially on April Fools everything. They actually make a mold just to make sure that it looks real. Recently for the April Fools video, that is where she fake on driving. So when it comes to something so big, I would say the same. But there's no mold and all on in the 2D version. And to add on that, right, if I'm not mistaken, I read on another tweet that the song, or should I say the song stylist, the MV stylist is actually Suli's stylist.
Wow.
This is another speculation or some little facts that was found out by fans out there. So what do you think?
Well, it's good. It's good that people think that, well, even though it's a speculation,
Mhm.
it's good that people think that the 2D version is silly because, as you all know, IU at that one point of time, IU has a photo of Sully, and they were like saying, IU likes Sully because yeah, she is cute, she is beautiful, and for her to pay a tribute to her is quite nice, even though if it's a speculation. Well, if it is or if it is not, well, it's for the fans to ponder.
So to you guys who are listening to this and you feel like why we are talking about this speculation is because that IU wrote a song about Suli and for Suli that was titled Red Queen. If you have a chance, try to listen to that song. That song, I would say just a nice song to go with. If this song is actually for her and we do know that what happened to Suli,
Mhm.
I won't go much into deep into it. If you want to know, just pretty much Google for it. You can find the articles and everything on it. So we just put that aside. So to sum up everything here and to wash away what we are feeling right now,
Mhm.
Sizzling Versus. Which song wins? Mr. Lucas?
I'm gonna go with IU.
You're going with IU. I thought your favorite was Taeyeon.
Like I said a couple of minutes ago, I respect her because of her accolades of what she's achieved throughout the years. But, well, being a solo artist from when IU was quite young, and achieving that height of fandom, for me, IU needs to win in this thing. In this competition, IU needs to win. Even she can't beat herself. That's what she said.
Okay. Since you're saying that way, I will double that, triple that, no problem. As you said that, before we end this up, just for you guys to know, the song also hit and certified as all kill today morning. As today morning it is
Nice.
already certified as all kill. I agree with you. I also vote for IU between these verses. And not to forget, and a record breaker, we do know that total number of group hits in the Melon history is actually Big Bang Records, which is 233. But as of currently now, with the all kill of IU, it's already 247 group hits.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We'll see who will break this later on then.
Yes. As expected.
Alright. So with this, we have IU as the winner between these verses. Before we go to our next session, we'll have a short break. We'll be right back for part 2 in a while more.
Hello guys, like what you're listening to? Please do follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page. Links on the description, and let's move on to part 2.
Welcome back to Chimaek Hangout Part 2. Here we'll be discussing on our main dish topic, Twice Sister Light. Well, to give you guys a little bit of description on what this is about a YouTube original documentary with a K-pop idol of Twice, where we'll be discussing and looking through into their growth as a trainee into an idol and their journey to their first Twice World Tour 2019, Twice Lights. Alright, so Lucas.
Yes.
Alright, so to move on, to see the reaction of fans and to captivate those who are not our fans and who aren't interested in us. So for this portion here, or for this statement itself, both of us can relate it a little bit since we have been doing live radio broadcastings before we start this podcast, that is. So how long have you been doing radio broadcastings?
How long? We've been doing this since late 2013, coming 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright, so from this statement itself, what do you think about it?
From this point, I can say that it's fun seeing the reaction that we always get from the listeners, and we captivated quite a number of people that are not out and became out. And to the fans that aren't, we can't say them fans. We can't label them. Well, to the listeners that don't really take an interest to us, well, to me, we just do what we do. Do radio, live radio, as happy as can. They don't like it, That's me.
That's you. So why we are actually saying this is because we can see we are doing it because we have the dedication to do it. So the minor thing that we can relate to idols here from how we see it is for them the dedication can go up from performance to actions, even the small things like preparing their own ending comments and speech for concerts are also going very, very well. So with those things we can see that wow, captivate everything. I can say we can't do that in a smaller scale, but to a small things like that, well, we can do it pretty much. Basically, baby steps to everything, right?
Baby steps. Yeah, correct. It's true.
Alright, so moving on to something much more interesting that I see said by JYP himself is healthy is to have a truly beautiful and healthy mind in addition external beauty. So Lucas, do you think healthy term as an idol can be really, or should I say truly being faced with this fact?
Okay, it's not that I don't agree. There's a part of it that I agree with. Healthy doesn't mean you need to be true. Well, having a healthy mind, yes. Healthy can't be associated. That's me. That's my opinion. Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's a very short one. Okay, it's okay. Alright, so for my side here, truly beautiful and healthy mind, I will agree that very, very much, especially with what is happening last year. One related to Twice themselves, and two more is pretty much a big disaster. You can Google it if you want to know what is it about. And for external beauty, I would say it is much more on a bonus side. So I won't say much on that, but truly beautiful and healthy mind is a must for idols in the present day. That is, in the old times, maybe it's not really that important because they do not see much issue. But with the present years coming through, as well as the future, we may see much more things happening that require a healthy mind to go through for K-pop idols. Why we can actually say this is because you can see the girls have already shared their journey through music, reality show, and various content. We have seen the ups and downs. That brings me to another question that I would like to bring up. As a trainer or a trainee, training since a young age. So to set it a standard, maybe the age of Jihyo started, which is around primary school. What do you think about that, Lucas?
Well, for me, it's normal, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm stereotyped, but to be good at something, you may be born with it. Like, or maybe they need to train from young to be as good as how they are till today. That is my opinion. There's nothing wrong. But but while training young, you still need to take into account of the mind of the young, because maybe on the outside she might look happy, but on the inside she might look sad.
Okay. All right. So for my part here, I can say that training since a young age, like Jihyo herself, is something that in the present day shouldn't be that much. Although we do have some idols that debut quite at a young age and start training at a very young age, and one who just debuted quite recently. So if you want to know who that is, check out the coming soon episode 2 to know who we are talking about. And I would say that training, maybe you can start early as middle school, will be much better in terms of Korean age, that is. Because when you're training young as a child, it can be good in terms of skill, but when in terms of your own experience, your own life, I don't really see the point of having your childhood and your own livelihood as a small kid being there. That's one thing that I can't really see on some people that actually train from young. Even though I admire them, I won't deny that. But yeah, that
Yeah,
much.
I okay. That on that point, I kind of agree. I agree to disagree.
Okay, so we just move on to the second part, where I would say for myself and as well as Lucas, we are more on a chubby side. We
Don't.
can say fat lah, huh? We say ourselves we look fat.
I'm not fat.
So so if I give you a chance to actually learn dance to slim down yourself and fell in love with it, will you take it?
I would 10 years ago. I would ten. Okay, stop. Okay, don't speculate what my age is. But yeah, I would do it 10 years ago because back then I had the free time.
Ah, I see. We just give them the hint that you're old.
I'm not old.
But did give them the hint. I won't
Kind
deny
of,
that.
but not that old.
All right. So why we are actually talking about this is because we are looking through Jong Hyun's way of her falling in love with dancing, which is pretty much is because she's a little bit fat when she's a child. Her mom sent her to Arabic class. I can't imagine be going to Arabic class because you're fat when you're small. Yikes. But well, for her case, she fell in love with dance and will sometimes put on show for her grandma to watch.
Mm.
Isn't that great? On the other hand, her grandma is one of the person that actually support her the most on being an idol when she took the path being a trainee. That was so good. And when we are talking about this, we will always see the support of family to K-pop idols and how they miss their family. Pretty much, we can see inside the documentary we have Nayeon, Sana, and Chaeyoung who have their full support from their parents. Although in the beginning there may be some objection, but in the end, full support. And how they get through it is also because of their mom. That's just a very beautiful thing to see. But if we go back to Jonghyun's, I can't say much, especially before she could debut. Her grandma have already passed away. This is already said inside the episode. So to any of you guys who want to watch this episode, it is available on YouTube for everyone to watch. But before we move on, although this is just something I would just like to say just as a disclaimer, spoiler alert, although we're going through so long, damn me. So yeah, spoiler to you guys, this is a YouTube original. Not all episodes are released. So if you want to watch, you can subscribe to YouTube Premium. to watch on all. But first episode where we are discussing on this is already available in the public. You can watch it for free. If you do not understand what we're talking about, go have a watch, then come back and listen to us. Then you'll understand and cry with us if you need to.
Cry,
Yeah, but
cry.
this is the first episode. I don't think I'm going to cry. But next, hopefully, but next, so on here, it's time for me to tease Lucas here. Lucas, the next part is a little bit sad. However, it's regarding to Singapore concert last year, which you do not decide to go. Although I know you're busy, but you do not decide to go. So the reason of this is why I'm saying this is because it's regards to Singapore concert and Mina. To any of you guys who know regarding to this is Mina suddenly got into a mental disorder, which is extreme anxiety. So due to that, starting from Singapore concert, she wasn't able to perform. And as the first concert of this happening, you can say it's kind of desperate at some portion of the performance, but we gonna push that aside. Instead, I'm gonna tease Lucas here. Lucas, why didn't you go?
Why do you need to tease me on this part? You've been teasing me ever since you went to the IU's concert, and you make me regret that decision till twice came to Singapore.
Okay, as you guys hear that, I love to tease him because when he has the chance or when he's able or capable to actually pamper himself, he do not want to do so. So I can't say much to that when this happened.
It's because I was busy. That's why.
Well, I can't say much.
I was busy.
I'm going to push aside. Moving on, we'll go to episode 2. No, Lucas, don't listen to him. Alright, so on episode 2 here, we have go on into their basically the fierce days of 9 trainee. It means the story of the beginning of how they become trainee and how everything goes on. So inside here, we can see that when they are going through the training, everything, there's one thing that I always remember from what Jihyo said during the first concert, which is Twice Land, the opening, where she actually said that there is no happy moment only. Sometimes it can get tough, agony, and many times almost giving up. But with a dream, anything can be done, where we can actually see her dream was actually to stand on a stage as an idol team and surround with supported fans. That's actually very, very wow. With a dream like that, I can't say much. Right, Lucas?
Yes.
Alright, so moving on, I have to look into trainee wave dance. If you guys do not know what is this trainee wave dance I'm talking about, it's actually regarding to a dance that all trainee in JYP Entertainment need to master, at least. Where from what I know and from what I see, it took about 2.5 years or 2.5 years for some of the girls to actually master this dance itself.
Yeah, the wave dance.
Yes. So I'm wondering, Lucas, for this dance itself, have you already seen the dance before?
Inside the video, yes. The one Jihyo recorded herself. Yeah, I've seen the video. Not other than that, no.
No. Alright. So if you guys who are actually once then you know this, if you guys who do not know about this, basically there is an article regarding to this on this dance where you can actually find online by just typing in JYP trainee dance, where you can actually see them dancing. It looks simple, but the wave dance is actually very, very hard. If you don't believe me, you can give it a try yourself. I have given it a try myself and it hurts.
Trust me, I know how to wave my hand, but not my body.
Well, enough said. Alright, moving to another point. During this training or trainee years, communication is the most difficult, especially for foreign trainees. We can actually see Momo, Sana, as well as Chui, who have been training for quite a long time compared to Mina herself. Where I'll take example will be Chui took about 1 year plus to actually start to communicate properly with other trainees. So due to that, I was wondering, If for you, Lucas, how long will you take to actually learn Korean before you're able to talk to them?
Uh, well, okay. There's a difference. Do you learn Korean intensively or on a normal pace?
On the level to actually start communicating with people.
Okay, if you're talking about intensive Korean classes, maybe it would take around a year or two, maybe
A year of two.
a year or two.
See?
Yeah, that is if it's intensive. But if it's like the normal going Korean class, maybe it would take more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So from this point here, I actually find out one more thing when I see about trainee life. Trainee life is almost similar like a boarding school. Don't you think so?
yeah. I've been to boarding school. Trust me, it's not fun. It's never fun.
Because you have a schedule, morning to do what, afternoon to do what, night to do what.
Yeah,
And if you can't believe us, if it's very similar to boarding school, then I guess you are lucky to go to a high school, middle school, where you can go home every evening or maybe have a midnight class or tutor after that to go back home, but you're still home. But for boarding school, I can say it's quite difficult, especially you may get lost of your track of time sometimes.
and you might get caught if you go out. So yeah.
Said the person who goes to boarding
Yeah,
school.
I did get caught when I went out. So, yeah.
All right. So another thing that I can see as a trainee, you have already set your mind on your next target, or your should I say your career.
Mhm.
So when I say this is because for trainees and especially for Cheong in this term, it's like a give and take you will have, especially with your friends. Why I'm saying this because in the documentary itself is they are saying that she's already on track with her career. So whenever she met up with her friends, she do not know what to talk about as her friends are still looking for what they want to be. Doesn't that sound quite familiar to us, Lucas?
Okay, it sounds familiar to us, but maybe to the listeners, it maybe sound familiar to them too, because some people will be like, "Hey guys, I want to be this, be that, be this. What are you guys gonna do?" And they'll be like, "I don't know, take a year off studying, maybe. I don't know what to be in life." So yeah, it differs. It differs. It differs between a person.
All right. Then we'll move on to another emotion as a trainee, slum. I think you and me, we have gone through this phase, I guess, long time ago. So for slum wise,
Long time ago, does it mean that we're old?
mm,
Mm, mm.
I will say yes. So you cannot deny.
I'm not saying anything.
For you guys who are wondering how old he is, guess. So one day he will let you know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
All right. All right. So when we talk about slum, this is especially for Nyon. Slum wise, you can have anything to happen to you at any stage. And all I can say is take time, think, and same as how Lucas said, take a year off if you're already graduated from high school. If that's what you have and that's what you have already discussed with your family, that is. Because I can say one thing, and this thing is already written all over episode 2. Love what you do to have the courage to move on. As simple as that. It's written all over episode 2. You can watch them, understand, and yeah. Before I move on to other parts, right? Now we go into one question that I've been thinking a lot since I start to follow with Twice. And as a person who is not really into Twice that much as me, Lucas,
Okay. You make me sound like I'm okay. I'm a fan of Twice, but I don't really follow.
not that
You make me
much.
sound like a bad guy.
Yes, I'm trying to make it sound like a bad guy because I'm trying to turn you to 100%.
No, I'm the middle person.
Hell no. Alright, push that aside. Momo have already joined Twice at the end of 16, who was eliminated in the middle of the show, but was brought back. There was a question being brought out. whether was it a right choice.
Well, this takes back years. Not. Before even Twice debut, fans were
It means it is 2015.
fans were saying, "Is it the right choice to bring Momo back?"
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it's not it's not our choice. You know, it's the owner, JYP. Yeah, if he wants to bring her back because of her dedication, well, because she knows how to dance. Let's not deny that she knows
Mhm.
how to break that moves that you see on those music videos. She knows what to do. Well, she may be lacking on some pointers, but at the end of the day, she knows how to dance,
Mhm.
and she has the passion to dance. So why not?
Okay. That's a one when you listen to a person who call himself a fan of a Twice but can't really bring a deep meaning into it. Let me give you the deep meaning.
I'm sorry. This
Alright.
is my opinion, and you can't make me move away from that.
I won't make you move for that, but I give you my side.
Okay.
I will say that it is a right choice to bring Momo in because as a group that is the missing aspect. Because nowadays, if we follow on a much more hybrid or a normal terms of K-pop idol group, especially for girl group, there will be a need of dance break because usually dance break happens most of the time you see inside boy group. While in girl groups there is, but I won't say as much as boy groups happening. So having Momo in there is actually bringing a new color into the group. Since in the beginning, a lot may deny it is a wrong choice, but as of currently now, when you see everything, why not? It's actually a good
Yeah,
addition.
she is. Well, like I said, she is a good at. Okay, my explanation might not be as good as yours, and might not be as what you call the onces through definition of why Momo need to be in Twice. But yeah, it along the line, it's still the same.
Okay, when we actually go back to how this group is done, this is just a bit of fun fact for you. So JYP says that personality when they are talking, singing, and dancing are the standard of the creation of Twice. Personalities. What do you, if you are JYP, Lucas, what do you look into creating a girl group based on personalities where it involves their talking, singing, and dancing?
If you're talking about personalities, go what do I want to see as if I were to be JYP?
Mhm.
Okay,
It means what kind of personalities that you are look into to create a girl group.
I want the girls to know how to sing,
Mhm.
to know how to dance.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean to know how to talk, because some members might be shy when they're talking to millions. And maybe during variety shows, there's always a need to be that 1 or 2% that's always good, because not every member has the talent and has the what do you call it, the laughter, and basically the laughter of the group, that knows how to talk, that knows how to make jokes during variety shows. That's my, if I'm JYP.
For me, instead, I will say that simple as that. I'll go back to how JYP said earlier. Healthy mind. So I just make him talk a long way so I can just make this joke. Healthy mind.
You make me talk a lot, and yet you give this short answered opinion.
Yes, this is just to counter your previous, well, fan answer. So I give you another answer. Healthy mind. But to end this episode itself nicely, I do say this episode really brings out the recent Korean Song of Twice Feel Special. If you guys haven't listened to it, give it a chance. Listen to it. Then you know why we said this song really brings out the color of this episode itself.
Yes, it brings out the color, and it brings out Dahyun. Oh, so
Any
cute.
Dahyun fans out there, listen up.
Shut up! Shut
Don't
up!
bash him. Just educate him to be 100% Dahyun fan. Thank you. Moving on to the last episode that we discussed today. So another time, this is a spoiler alert. This will be released Wednesday, where this podcast is released on Monday. That is basically, yeah. When you're listening to this, you will have some hints on what the show is about. We won't give you everything, but you will get some hints. If you don't like this, well, welcome to Spoilerland.
Spoiler alert.
Talking about third episode here, this is actually basically the last part of their journey when we actually break down all 8 episodes. Just for you guys to know, I myself already watched the whole thing. So I can say that this first 3 episodes is like a arc
Yeah.
of how they are actually growing and training to their first world concert. So on this portion is more showing on, how should I say, different personalities and thoughts where they actually form into a team to make Twice. I think that sums up properly. One thing that we actually move on into here is Lucas. This question was asked to all the girls, or basically mentioned in the documentary. When was the first time you know about JYP Entertainment?
I think everybody has the same answer. Yeah, I don't know about you. The first time I knew about JYP was because of Wonder Girls. Yeah, because they were a YouTube sensation, a world sensation basically.
Okay, so it is from Wonder Girls. As in which song? Nobody or Tell Me?
I first heard about no, not Tell Me. I first heard the Nobody because JYP was in it.
Nobody. For myself, similar with him, I find out about JYP Entertainment pretty much around Wonder Girls Nobody. But when I'm first exposed to JYP Entertainment itself, a minor exposure I would say is around Rain, the era of Rain, where he appeared on dramas, he appeared here and there. Then I heard something about this, but I didn't really get into it until Wonder Girls appeared.
Because you know why? Because Rain is just that. I don't know if I should call him the. He's the one who brought K-pop to Asia. So we didn't think about JYP that much back in the day. We'd be like, hey, Rain, so sexy, so handsome.
All the aunties are saying that, don't you know?
If you say aunties, do you mean that we are uncles now?
Um,
Uh,
we want to
oh,
say that you want to call yourself uncle?
but we are too young. We call it uncle. No, I don't want.
Okay, then we don't call ourselves as uncle.
Opa, opa,
Self-denial.
opa, opa, opa.
Opa. Alright. Okay, Opa. So, Opa Lucas, do you think that JYP is young?
Yeah. He's he's damn old, man. He's old.
But people still call him Opa. What to do?
He should be my grandfather.
Alright, so pushing those aside, in this episode itself, after whatever that we have already talked about a little bit there, is that this is much more on good critics, frustration of failure from hard works, communication, and teamwork. So, pretty much for this episode, I won't spoil much for you guys, but to let you know that we can see that in this episode, mistakes can be made, especially for the girls during on air, during on stage or concerts. But with communications and teamwork going on, is very, very important. And like how JYP says, good critics is gold. When that happens, everything goes well. Right, Lucas?
Or yeah, like if when I used to screw up radio back then, this guy would, yeah, should be like this, you should be like that, blah 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 blah, and I'll be like, okay, all right, yeah, uh-huh.
I'm the boss here. He made me sound like a boss, so I'll just take it I'm the boss here. Thank you, thank you,
He's
thank you.
always like that.
All right. So pushing those things aside, if you want to watch the third episodes right now, as you're listening to this, don't worry, we didn't spoil much for you. We keep it short because we know you want to watch it yourself. If you're not on YouTube Premium, once more, once fan here talking, just promoting this for fun, do you subscribe to the free trial of YouTube Premium? Not sponsored, just that I want to give some supports to Twice as a girl group. Alright? So anyway, that's all for today. Right, Lucas? Anything you want to say for
I
this?
think that is all for today.
That's all for today. So we shall end our podcast here for today. And with the ending, be aside, challenge yourself. But do remember, everyone have a different timing for what you want to do. Not because that you are just thinking of you want to do this during this age, but maybe on another age, you may want to do a different thing. That's as much as I can say. How about you, Lucas? Any last words?
For me, not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that's counted truly counts. That is the one thing I think sticks with me.
Wow. Word of wisdom, I see.
Oh yes, I missed that title.
Word of wisdom he has. Alright, so before we end this show, thank you for listening and do look forward to the next episode where we may look into someone who just debuted not long ago, which we have mentioned earlier, who is young, as well as a group I should say, that have already gone on separate way but still remain under the same name. If you know who I'm talking about, good for you. If you don't know, stay tuned for the next episode. See you guys next time. Annyeong!
Annyeong.